These are the 5 things that I stopped doing once I finally committed to becoming and to being the wealthy woman. Okay, so number 1 is pretending that I didn't care about money. Why is that a thing? Why is it a thing in this world for people to be looked down upon because they actually care about money? Money is a resource. Money gives us more opportunities. Money gives us the ability to do things the way we want. And is money everything? No. If I thought money was everything, then I would have kept my 6-figure corporate job and just would have kept doing that until the end of time, right? But no, for me, it was not worth it. I was willing to take a risk and make less money for a short period of time, knowing that I could make more money long term, but I could do it my way and live in freedom, right? For me, money wasn't worth it if I felt trapped in a job that I hated and in a life that I hated. But and the thing is for some reason, the world, society just glorifies humility, glorifies being humble. But what even is being humble? Let's check on Google, shall we? Okay, it says humble. Having or showing a modest estimate of one's value or importance. What? And as a verb, it's lower someone in dignity and importance. Why are we trying to lower ourselves in dignity and importance? No, I want you to have full and utter confidence in yourself and know that you can get things done and know that you can do anything you set your mind to. Why are we lowering our own value? Why are we seeing ourselves as lowly? And why has that become the thing that people are like, oh yes, this is what we are glorifying, is being humble. I'm like, okay, so we're glorifying putting ourselves and other people down and seeing each other as lowly? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Honestly, that's an ick to me. No, be confident in yourself. Be confident in your abilities. Know that you can be a wealthy woman. Know that you can be as rich as you want. Know that you can have access to all the resources, all the things that you possibly want in life, but you have to have confidence in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to not be humble. And you have to know that, yeah, I want freaking money. I want money so that I can go do X, Y, Z. Because the thing is when you have more money, especially if you're operating from a place of true desire, of love, of care, you have the ability to do so much more, right? Like so much more. You have the ability to treat yourself, treat the people around you, donate, create really cool businesses, employ other people, inspire others, get people out of sticky situations, take care of the ones you love. Like that is the power of having money, okay? So let's stop putting people down because they want money, because I actually think that that's a really good thing. If you want money, freaking fantastic. Go after it, okay? Okay, number 2. Being around people who brought my vibration down. Now that is such a huge one, okay? Because you can tell when people are stuck in their negative mindset loops, their negative just thought patterns about everything, and you can feel the vibration around them. You can feel it when they're pulling you down, especially if you're vibrating higher and you're feeling positive and you're feeling joyful. It's just like you don't even want to be around them. And so I'm not like ruthless. I don't cut people out completely, but I heavily monitor and limit my exposure, limit my time around people who do bring my vibration down, okay? Because here's the thing, I don't do negative self-talk. I don't do blaming other people for my own circumstances. I don't do blaming the government or blaming society or blaming the world and all this stuff. Like, take freaking control over your own situation because you have full power. You have full control. You just have to believe in it, okay? Yeah, and it's like at the end of the day, other people's negative thought patterns don't have to be your own. They don't have to be mine, right? And so you have control over how much exposure, and I'm a sensitive person. Like I feel people's energy a lot. And so I have to limit my time around people who are vibrating lower because otherwise it starts to affect me too. Okay. Number 3, blindly listening and following people just because they supposedly have hit a certain milestone. Now, I'm all for milestones, like be it workout milestones or fitness milestones or money milestones, like someone who hit 100K month or someone who blah, 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 whatever. We love milestones. Milestones are great. However, the question always comes back to, how did they get there? Do I actually admire their life? Do I actually admire their business? Do I actually admire how their thought patterns, the way that they think, the way that they see the world? Is that something I actually want to be a part of? Because milestones are great, but if it goes against everything that you actually believe in, is it something you actually want to do? And is their method something you actually want to follow? I think about this for losing weight, right? So over the last month and a half, I've lost about 8 pounds, which is crazy to me. Like, I'm almost about to be less than 140 pounds. Some people don't like to say their weight on the internet. I don't care. I literally do not care. I've been in the 140s for a very long time, like between 145 to 150 for years, like 10 years probably. And I'm a really strong person. Like, I squat really heavy, like 200 pounds. And so I just always thought that, like, yeah, I just am not supposed to be less than 140 pounds, which is just not true. And I realized that because I was like, ugh, I just want my abs back. For some reason, I just have always wanted my abs back. I used to be really, really fit. So I know I can get there, but I wasn't really like committing to my goals. And so I hired a fitness trainer. My fitness trainer is great. She's lovely, but at the beginning, she had really strict rules on how this had to happen, on like what I was allowed to eat, what we needed to cut out, all of that stuff. And I don't do well with full restriction, right? And if someone is eating food that they don't like, and or they're not eating at all, and that's how they got really fit, or not fit, but that's how they lost weight, that's something I don't want to do. Like, I want to be able to eat properly. I don't want to starve myself. I don't want to be constantly thinking about food. I don't want to keep thinking about things that I'm not allowed to eat and yada, yada, yada. So I was very upfront with her and told her, I need to be able to do this my way. This needs to be sustainable. And so I'm not just going to blindly follow someone else's method, someone else's structure. I'm going to see what they're doing, understand the principles, and then apply it to my own life, apply it to my own business, apply it to my own real estate portfolio, right? Because you get to do it your way. And in order for me to step into my version of the wealthy woman, I had to be able to do things my way. I have to. There is no other way. Like, in my way, the way that feels right for me, that is the right way for me. And that's the right way for you too. Don't just blindly follow everyone else. You can do things your way. Okay, number 4, avoiding discomfort when things don't go my way. So what I would usually do whenever things don't go my way is I would just give up before it was even over. I'd be like, I guess this isn't happening. I guess this isn't it. This just doesn't work. This doesn't work for me because it's not perfectly panning out exactly the way that I think it was supposed to, yada, 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 right? And so instead of giving up or quitting, right, or saying that something just isn't for me, that it doesn't work, I have learned to reactivate my faith. Even when it looks like it's not going to happen, even when it looks like it's not going to happen the way that I want it to happen, I have to decide whether I care about it enough, honestly. And so this is a question I always go back and ask myself, especially if I'm kind of feeling down. I'm like, is this going to happen? I don't know, yada, yada, yada. What I do is I ask myself, okay, is it that I don't want to do this because I'm afraid? Or is it that I don't want to do this because it actually doesn't feel aligned anymore and it's something that I actually don't want to do? Now, if it's the latter, where it's like, okay, this is not feeling aligned, something that I actually don't want to do, then yeah, sure, stop doing it, give it up. Why are we even doing this in the first place? But if it's the first one where I'm just afraid, but I know deep down in my soul that this is something that I want to do, I have had to train myself to reactivate the faith, even when it looks like it's not going to happen, even when it looks like there's just no freaking way. And that is when magic happens. That is when you step into truly becoming the wealthy woman. Because the thing is we give up too soon. We just give up too freaking soon. We don't believe things are possible for us, even when they are. And in order to become the wealthy woman, you have to step back into faith. You have to hold your vision so much higher than what's happening in the 3D world, right? And you have to truly believe in your soul that it's meant to happen, and it's meant to happen now. So yeah, that's a big thing. And sometimes you got to go through a little discomfort, and that's okay. And now for the 5th and final thing that I had to stop doing in order to finally commit and become this wealthy woman is doing things myself. Here's the thing. I am a boss-ass independent woman. I've always been a boss-ass independent woman since the beginning of time, since I came out of the freaking womb, okay? But your girl has some big goals. Your girl has some big dreams. And your girl knows that with the big vision that I have, I can't do it alone. I cannot do it alone, right? Needing help is not a bad thing. Needing help just shows you're committed and you're willing to go out there and get help so that you can fulfill on the promise that you made to yourself. And it's like, sure, you could do it by yourself, or you could save time, you could save energy, and honestly save a lot of money by learning from folks who've already done the thing that you want to do. You can skip a lot of the steps. You can skip a lot of the crap and the mess of it. Because with any of your big goals, right, a lot of the time you're going to hit some road bumps, right? But you can fly over those road bumps if you actually find people who have done things the way that you want to do that. That's key. The way that you actually want to do it. And skip a lot of those speed bumps, right? And so the thing is too, is like, I know my limitations. I'm very aware of my limitations, and I'm always willing to invest to bridge the gap. Okay, that's it. Those are the 5 things I stopped doing when I finally committed to becoming the wealthy woman. So let's go over those again real quick. So number 1, pretending that I don't care about money. No, we're not doing that anymore. Number 2, being around people who broke my vibration down. Stop it. Limit time. It's not worth it. Number 3, blindly listening and following people just because they supposedly hit a certain milestone. If you don't like their life, if you don't like how they run their business, just why are we even trying to learn from them, okay? Number 4, avoiding discomfort and like not learning how to the thing that you actually do is instead learning how to reactivate your faith even when things look like they aren't going your way. And then number 5, doing things by myself, because help, gosh, is such a good thing. And I think as women, we're just like we really struggle with receiving sometimes, but receiving is it's the best feeling, especially as women. And if we want to tap into our feminine side, we have to learn to receive. It's the best. Okay. Okay, that is all I have for you today. Just an FYI, we are doing something fun this month where we are doing the Scaling to the Moon Bootcamp. This is literally the only time we're going to be doing this live. It's going to be, I believe, a 5-session bootcamp. I'm still putting things together to make sure. 5-session bootcamp. If you are the person who you have already bought 1 or 2 investment properties and you're like, okay, I have these couple investment properties. How do I actually quit my job from this? How do I actually scale enough to the point where I can either quit my job, to the point where I can go part-time, to the point where I can travel the world, to the point where I can maybe start another business, all this stuff. How do I actually start to fully live a life of full alignment? This bootcamp is going to be for you. Like I said, this is the only time we are going to be doing it live. If you go down below, there should be a link for the Scaling to the Moon Bootcamp. It's going to be fabulous. I cannot wait to see you there. You can learn more about it in the link, and I'll see you there. Bye.